So hello everyone, welcome to Triaright. This is back 365. Myself Sujit. So in this session, we are going to see how to connect our database into our Python. So guys, this is the last chapter that's available in our Pack 365. Okay, so now I just try to understand how to connect our SQL, or we can say that database, to our Python. Okay, forget about our different types of framework that is called our Django as a framework. In the Django, we have a database connection functionality, means we can connect different type of SQL server like our PostgreSQL, SQL, MySQL, then our SQL server, just like that. So here we are using our SQLite 3 because it is organized by C programming language, or we can say that C library language. Okay, so in order to use this type of SQLite module, we have to import that particular thing, because we know that whenever we want to use any module, first we need to import. So from this SQLite 3, we have different type of method that is used to connect our database into our Python. Also, whenever we are trying to dealing with our SQL, means we are just trying to performing our CRUD operation. So now we are just trying to see how to performing CRUD operation by the help of our Python data. Means we are not writing our SQL query directly. We are just trying to write all the things through one Python only. Okay, so we are directly come to our VS Code. From this VS Code, we are trying to understand each and everything. So first, we are just trying to import SQLite 3. Okay, SQLite 3. After I am importing the SQLite 3, first thing we are just trying to do, first one to, we have to connect to any database. Okay, if you don't have any database also, you can create. Okay, if you have database also, you can connect. So by the help of our method name connect. Okay, so first thing I am going to connect that particular thing. So how to connect? So the module name dot our method name, that is called our connect method. Okay, so here I'm just trying to connect. Here I'm trying to give a database name that is called what detail, or we can say that m17.db. db means our database. So here we are performing our connection object. So here I'm writing connection object because I have to use this one, because every time we are performing all the things inside this database only. That's why here I'm using this variable to use in our upcoming use cases also. Okay, after I'm using this, now my requirement will be, I want to create one more method that is called our cursor, because cursor will be able to writing all the SQL query. Okay, how to all the SQL query, each and everything we are just trying to see now. Okay, so here I'm just trying to use our cursor object. Okay, because like our, so here I'm just trying to, okay, so cursor object is nothing but to write any query, user required execute method to change the record. Also we can say that to do any, or we can say that to do any database, user required cursor, because if you want to change something, update something, or we can say that performing the CRUD operation every time, by the help of our cursor we need to do. So how to do that, now I just try to see. So here cursor object, now by the help of our connection object, by the help of this connection object, we need to make this cursor. So here I am writing connection object dot cursor. Okay, here it will be reflecting, or we can say that it will be giving me the cursor object. After getting the cursor object, now we are just trying to performing our CRUD operation. So the CRUD operation is nothing but create, read, okay, then update and delete. Also we are just trying to see how many data that's available. Okay, so after we'll getting this, now if you want to write any SQL query, now the next method will be our execute method. So here I'm using our cursor object, then execute. So here after writing, now you can use your SQL query inside this. So how to create a table using our SQL code. So create table, then table name. So here my table name will be details. So here I'm just trying to write all my column name. So first one called our phone number, okay, and the second one called our name, okay. So here also we need to specify which type of data type and the constraint do you want to use. So the first one called our number and this one called our primary key, okay, means we need to uniquely identify, okay. Now the next one called our name, okay, because I need to take some data. Then the next one, or we can say that the last column name will be mock rating. I want to give some mock rating for each and every student, okay. After I am doing all the things, now the next one will be, if I want to run this one, still it will be not saving into the database. Why it will be don't save into the database? It will be already creating. So here I'm just trying to use detail, okay, because here I have already using that particular thing. So guys, just see, still it will be creating, but it will be not storing into that particular thing. So guys, to store into that particular thing, or we can say that if you want to performing some execution, after every execution query makes to save into our database. To make this possible, here we have to use one more method, that is called our commit method, okay. So this commit method we need to make it, okay. So this commit we need to dealing with our connect object. Why I'm using this connect object? Because we have, if you want to change in the something in our database, we need to use this connect object. If you want to writing something, then at that time you are just try to use this cursor object. So this is the main difference, okay. Now here I'm using our connect object, okay, connect object dot our commit, okay. Now if I'm just try to run this one, it will be giving the error that we have already creating. That's why, because we are saving, okay. After we are doing this, now after creating, now we are just try to adding some data. So how to adding some data? We have to use our cursor object, because we are trying to adding some data, means we are using our cursor object. So cursor object dot execute. Then here how to insert data by the help of our insert command. So insert into our table name, that is called our detail, okay. Make sure that you need to write your spelling properly. So insert into detail. Now first I need to make all the column name. So what is my column name? So the first one called our phone number, okay, phone number, then our name, then our mock, okay. After giving, now I need to put my all the value. So the first one called our phone number, so 72734447, okay. Then the next one called our name. So here I'm writing Sujit in the form of our quotation mark, because we are specifying the varchar. That's why after that the mock rating will be p star, okay. So now if I'm just try to run this one, so guys, just see here it will be adding the data into the database, okay. Now here I am just try to submit into my database, okay. After I am performing the same thing, now if I'm just try to run this one, so here it will be adding into my database. So every time we need to commit that particular thing. Now if you want to add some more data, you need to copy and paste, okay. So here I'm just try to change some values. So here I'm writing some random number, and the name I need to converting into Kumar, and here I'm writing P1, here I'm writing P2 star, here I am writing Kiran. Okay, different type of name I'm just try to performing. Okay, now if I'm just try to run this one, so unique for, okay, so there are your phone number must be unique. That's why here it will be give me the error. Now if I'm just try to run this one, so okay, we have already data I will be saving. That's why here it will be give the error, because we have already the phone number 7373. That's why it will be creating the error, okay. So after we are doing this, now I'm just trying to show how many data will be storing in that particular thing. So to see the data, we are using the same thing, that is called our cursor object execute. So here I'm using cursor object dot execute. Here how to get all the data. So select star, okay, select star from our table name, okay. So select star from table name. So my table name will be detail, Okay, so after I am writing the detail, still it will be not giving me the output to get that output, because here it will be get the particular thing. But now if you are writing this one in the SQL, it will be give the output, but in case of our Python, it will be not giving me the output. So means we are just trying to save into a variable, then only we can get that particular thing. So guys, just see, there will be no error. Now if you want to get this one, I'm just trying to store into a data. Now I'm just try to run a loop on that. Okay, so for value in our data, every time how many data that will be presenting, every time I just need to print the value, okay, whatever the value that might be available. So guys, just see, in the first one, we are just try to R737273 Sujit and P star. In the second one, Kumar P1 star. In the third one, Kiran P2 star. Means we can get that we have to create the data, we have to insert the data, we have to show the data. Okay, now the last one, this is called our update and our delete. If you want to update also, we are just try to performing the same thing, that is called our cursor object dot execute. Here I'm just try to write my update query. Okay, update detail. Okay, so here my file name means I need to write my table name, that is called our update detail, then set. Here I'm just trying to modify my mock rating. Okay, so here I'm writing p. Okay, so here I'm writing P4. Okay, P4. After I'm giving, now I need to give one more thing. Okay, the things will be, I need to specify where, because here we have to modify to the P4, but in where case, here I need to give a condition that where the name equal to Sujit. Okay, so here I'm writing Sujit, means where the name will be satisfying with Sujit. At that time I just want to change that particular thing. Okay, so now I'm just trying to use this one. Okay, so guys, just see, now if I'm running this, if any error, it will be give me. Okay, now again, if I'm just try to get this one, again I need to take all the things. Okay, so here I need to uncomment the things. Again, if I'm just try to run this one, so guys, just see, after changing, it will be changing to P1 P star to P4. Okay, by the help of this. Okay, now the last one will be, if you want to delete a row from the table, means the delete the data. Okay, how to get that? Here also we are using the cursor object dot our execute. Here we are writing the SQL query, that is called our delete from our data table name, that is called our detail. Okay, detail where name equal to Sujit. Okay, I want to delete the data of Sujit. Okay, so here I'm using the delete of the data. Okay, after I'm writing, I need to update into my database. So here I'm using connect object dot my commit. Okay, after that I need to show all the things it will be happening or not. Okay, so that's why here I'm just trying to uncomment this. Now I'm just trying to run this one. So previously, whenever we are using this star, means we have the data that is called our Sujit and P4 star. After I'm deleting that particular thing, it will be delete the data from the database. Means we can say that in our SQLite 3, we can create a table name that is called our detail, and we are adding the data, showing the data, each and everything, and updating the data and deleting the data. So this is all about our database connection to Python, and also it will complete our pack 35 that's available in our Triaright solution. So thanks for watching Triaright.